Shaolin Eagle Claw has an 18-character poem that is the key to understanding this method. This poem unlocks the fundamental principles behind Qin Na. Once you fully understand these characters, you may apply them at any time to your practice. The remaining 9 characters are shown in the other videos in this series. Grandmaster Lao demonstrates each principles on her student, Sifu Calvin Wong. Number 1,
点
spot, dot, speck. To precisely strike to the pressure point or acupoints, here Sifu Lao strikes the Ying acupressure point. Number 2,
拿
hold, take. To seize the joints, tendons, and points. This is the same Na from Qin Na. Here, Sifu Lao grabs her Gu point with her right hand and the Guozhi point with the left hand. Number 3,
锁
lock. To lock joints and legs. Number 4,
扣
detain. Also refers to the circle of thread on a screw to hook the leg or the elbow. Number 5,
搬
take away, move, remove. To move the opponent. Number 6,
缠
twine, wine. To wrap like a vine, attacking the wrists or ankles. Number 7,
切
cutting. To strike with a sawing or slicing action, like drawing a cut. Here, Sifu Lao cuts the Tian Chung point. Number 8,
压
press, push down, hold down. To press the elbows and the legs. Number 9,
摔
throwing. To throw your opponent. This is the same shuai from shuai zhao or throwing arts. Number 10,
停
catch. The chin from Qin Na. To catch the hand, arms, or legs. Here Sifu Lao is catching the Zhiqi point and Shaohai point. Number 11,
抓
grab, seize, clutch. To attack with claw. Number 12.
拔
Pull out or pull up. To pull the limbs. Number 13.
拧
Twist, wring. To pinch the arms or wrists. Number 14.
封
Seal, block. To block the throat. Number 15.
闭
Shut or close. To stop breathing, shut down the throat. Number 16.
叠
Fall, tumble. To make your opponent fall. Different from sui because the opponent falls straight down instead of being thrown down. Number 17.
拦
Stop from coming in. Number 18.
雕
Tricky, artful, sly. To be able to reverse a grab, this technique is challengeable, not just fixed. Depending on how your opponent comes, use na and guo. Number 1.
以武会友
Use martial arts to meet friends. Partners begins by stepping forward and crossing their right wrists. Sifu Lao begins by simultaneously stepping forward and grabbing Sifu Wang's Ling Dao and Bei points on his right wrist with her left hand. Number 2.
顺风扫叶
Wind blows, the leaf fall. Sifu Lao immediately slaps at Wang's Zhui Lao point on his temple with her right palm to make him dizzy or even knock him out. Number 3.
顺手闪按
Follow, avoid, deflect. Sifu Lao attempts to hit Wang's Zhu Lao point, but before she can reach it, Wang steps back and blocks her hand. Sifu Lao quickly changes her right hand for a reverse grab from below. Number 4.
怒斩腰肋
Angry chop hitting ribs. Sifu Lao steps forward with the left foot, turns her body to the right, and chops at Wang's Jingmen point on his ribs with her left fist, while she grabs his Yangzhen point with other hand. Number 5.
转身翻打
Turn around, hit face. Wang steps backward with his left leg and grabs Sifu Lao's left wrist with his right hand. Wang switches hands as he steps in, spinning to the right. Wang strikes at Sifu Lao's temple with his right back fist for the knockout. Number 6.
闪步封喉
Avoid footwork, grab throat. Sifu Lao blocks Wang's strike by swinging her hand upward and pushing outward. Sifu Lao grabs Wang's wrist with her left hand. Sifu Lao steps inward with her right leg and strikes to a Zheng Ying point in the throat. Number 7.
拧腕扣肘
Twist wrist, break elbow. Wang grabs Sifu Lao's right wrist from below using his right hand. Wang twists Sifu Lao's arm like a vine, stepping backward with his right leg and pressing down on her right elbow with his left arm. Wang's left leg presses into Sifu Lao's right leg. Number 8.
翻身锁喉
Turn around, lock the throat. Keeping hold of Wang's right wrist with her left, Sifu Lao steps away with her right leg and pivots. Sifu Lao uses her left thumb and index finger to grab Wang's throat on the Yin Ying point. Number 9.
上部锁臂
Step forward, lock the elbow. When Wang's throat is caught, he uses his left hand for a reverse grab against Sifu Lao's left wrist on the Vanshi point. Wang locks Sifu Lao's left arm by cradling it in his own right elbow, then lifting with his right shoulder and pushing down with his left hand. At the same time, Wang moves his left foot and brings his right knee up to press Sifu Lao's left leg. Wang is positioned to break Sifu Lao's elbow or take her down to the ground. Number 10.
退步缠手
Step backwards, wrap around. To avoid the elbow lock, Sifu Lao quickly turns and grabs Wang's right wrist on the Yangzhi point with the right hand. Sifu Lao grabs Wang's left wrist with the left hand. Sifu Lao steps back with the left leg and pulls Wang toward her left waist, using her body to press down. She steps forward with her left leg to hook Wang's right leg. By twisting his arm, Sifu Lao can take him down to the ground. Number 11.
进步推按
Step forward and push. Wang withdraws his right leg to evade the takedown and uncross his arms. Then he steps forward with his left leg and pushes Sifu Lao's arm. Sifu Lao dissolves Wang's push by stepping back with her left leg. Sifu Lao uses her left hand to grab Wang's wrist and twist it. Number 12.
偷步刺腿
Steal a step, kick out. Sifu Lao uses a cross step to close the gap, and she uses her right hand to grab the Jiang Jing point on the shoulder to inflict pain. Also, she has used her right leg to hook Wang's left leg to make him lose balance and fall. Partners begins by stepping forward and crossing their right wrists. Sifu Lao begins by simultaneously stepping forward and grabbing Sifu Wang's Ming Dao and Bei points on his right wrist with her left hand. Number 2.
顺风扫叶
Wind blows, the leaf fall. Sifu Lao immediately slaps at Wang's Zhui Lao point on his temple with her right palm to make him dizzy or even knock him out. Sifu Lao blocks Wang's strike by swinging her hand upward and pushing outward. Sifu Lao grabs Wang's wrist with her left hand. Sifu Lao steps inward with her right leg and strikes to her Zhang Ying point in the throat. Number 7.
凝腕扣肘
Twist wrist, break elbow. Wang grabs Sifu Lao's right wrist from below using his right hand. Wang twists Sifu Lao's arm like a vine, stepping backward with his right leg and pressing down on her right elbow with his left arm. Wang's left leg presses into Sifu Lao's right leg. Number 8.
翻身锁喉
Turn around, lock the throat. Keeping hold of Wang's right wrist with her left, Sifu Lao steps away with her right leg and pivots. Sifu Lao uses her left thumb and index finger to grab Wang's throat on the Yuan Ying point. Number 9.
上部锁臂
Step forward, lock the elbow. When Wang's throat is caught, he uses his left hand for a reverse grab against Sifu Lao's left wrist on the Vanshi point. Wang locks Sifu Lao's left arm by cradling it in his own right elbow, then lifting with his right shoulder and pushing down with his left hand. At the same time, Wang moves his left foot and brings his right knee up to press Sifu Lao's left leg. Wang is positioned to break Sifu Lao's elbow or take her down to the ground. Number 10.
退步缠手
Step backwards, wrap around. To avoid the elbow lock, Sifu Lao quickly turns and grabs Wang's right wrist on the Yangzhi point with the right hand. Sifu Lao grabs Wang's left wrist with the left hand. Sifu Lao steps back with the left leg and pulls Wang toward her left waist, using her body to press down. She steps forward with her left leg to hook Wang's right leg. By twisting his arm, Sifu Lao can take him down to the ground. Number 11.
进步推按
Step forward and push. Wang withdraws his right leg to evade the takedown and uncross his arms. Then he steps forward with his left leg and pushes Sifu Lao's arm. Sifu Lao dissolves Wang's push by stepping back with her left leg. Sifu Lao uses her left hand to grab Wang's wrist and twist it. Number 12.
偷步刺腿
Steal a step, kick out. Sifu Lao uses a cross step to close the gap. Then she uses her right hand to grab the Yangzhi point on the shoulder to inflict pain. Also, she has used her right leg to hook Wang's left leg to make him lose balance and fall. Number 13.
毒蛇缠身
Poisonous snake coils over body. Wang turns to the left to dissolve Sifu Lao's previous method. Simultaneously, he uses his right hand to trap Sifu Lao's right hand on his left shoulder. Wang circles his left elbow outward to inward. As Sifu Lao attempts to evade Wang's attack, he continues to circle his hand to bring her wrist over his shoulder with her palm facing upwards. Wang grabs Sifu Lao's upper arm with both hands and pulls her elbow to his body. Number 14.
翻身拖肘
Turn around and lift elbow. Sifu Lao uses her left hand to grab Wang's right wrist. He uses her right hand for a reverse grab and steps forward with her left leg. Sifu Lao turns her back to Wang and uses her back and waist to stick to the right side of his body. She pulls Wang's right arm over her left shoulder, then pulls down on his wrist. Number 15.
小缠厮手
Little silk reeling hand. Wang quickly moves forward to dissolve the lock and turns to face Sifu Lao. He uses his left hand to trap Sifu Lao's right hand on his right wrist, and catches her right wrist with his right hand and presses downward. Number 16.
大缠厮手
Big silk reeling hand. Sifu Lao steps forward with her left foot, threading her left hand underneath Wang's right arm and on top of his hand to pull down. Number 17.
反外扳肘
From outside push-away elbow. Wang follows the movement of Sifu Lao's previous method, using his left hand to hook her right hand. At the same time, Wang uses his right hand to press Sifu Lao's left elbow to lock her wrist and arm. Fu Lao uses her right hand to seize Wang's left hand, quickly followed by her left hand. Fu Lao steps with her right leg to pivot, then pulls Wang's right arm over her left shoulder. Fu Lao pulls down to crack Wang's elbow. Number 19.
金鸡独立
Wish to stand on one leg. Wang uses his right hand to press down on Fu Lao's Bai point on the top of her head or grab her hair and pull back. Simultaneously, Wang uses his right knee to strike Fu Lao's Ming Men point on the spine. Number 20.
拉腕扣肘
Pull out, underneath, elbow strike. Fu Lao follows the movement of Wang's previous method, sinking her body down and grabs Wang's left wrist with both hands. She steps her right leg behind his left leg, passing below his arm. She uses her right elbow to lock Wang's left elbow. Number 21.
闪步推肩
Evade step. Wang uses his left hand to reverse grab Fu Lao's left wrist and drops his shoulder. Wang steps with his right foot to turn around and uses his right hand to press Fu Lao's Jiangjin point on the shoulder. Number 22.
扣腕夹肘
Grab wrist, then elbow. Fu Lao traps Wang's right hand with her right hand. She uses her left elbow to press down on his right elbow from the outside. Her right forefinger claws Wang's palm and hurts his wrist. This is followed with a strike to the throat. Number 23.
野马分鬃
White horse parts mane. Wang uses his left hand to capture Fu Lao's Guan point on her left wrist and pulls it. At the same time, Wang extends his right elbow straight outwards to use his shoulder to press up her left armpit by stepping his leg behind Fu Lao's left leg. Wang can take her down to the ground. Wang steps back with his right leg. His left hand sticks to Fu Lao's arm to grab her left wrist. He twists Fu Lao's arm to expose the back of her head and grab nostril. Sifu Lao steps forward with her right hand and pivots the shoulder to dissolve the hold. She reverses the left hand grips to her advantage. She pivots to face Wang and uses her right fingers to poke up to his nostrils. Number 29.
朝下按指
Pull down finger. Wang slides his thumbs beneath Sifu Lao's palm. He widens his stance and sinks down. Then he presses forward with his thumbs and pulls back with his little fingers to split the thumb and the fingers. Number 30.
拍碗冲霄
Hit wrists, face the sky. Sifu Lao sinks to dissolve the lock and slaps down on Wang's right wrist with her left hand. She works Wang's right thumb with both hands. Number 31.
转身抄肘
Turn body elbow. Wang steps back with his left leg to dissolve the lock. He grabs the thumb again and straightens his arms. Maintaining his hold on Sifu Lao, Wang continues to turn, wrapping his left arm over her elbow. He locks Sifu Lao's elbow behind his back. Number 32.
仙人幻影
Immortal's Magic Hidden Step. Sifu Lao grabs Wang's wrist and pulls it down to protect her elbow. She steps forward into bow stance to break Wang's technique. Number 33.
外扳推肘
Outside sticky hand. Wang must release his hold on Sifu Lao's wrist or fall. He shifts to grab her left wrist with his left hand and her elbow with his right hand. Wang steps forward with his right leg to lock Sifu Lao's elbow. Number 34.
叶底藏花
Under the leaf. Sifu Lao reaches under her arm and between Wang's arm and seizes both of his wrists. She pulls Wang's right arm and twists his arms under each other. Number 35.
左肩扛肘
Left shoulder push-up elbow. Wang pulls his left hand backwards with a step and grabs Sifu Lao's right wrist with both hands. He pivots beneath Sifu Lao's arm and locks her elbow over his shoulder. Number 36.
伸左喉门
Deep lock throat. Sifu Lao dissolves the lock by turning her elbow over, then steps around to Wang's front. She presses her right arm upward into Wang's throat as she presses the back of his neck downward with her left hand. Number 37.
狸猫上树
Big cat climbs the tree. Wang grabs the base of Sifu Lao's spine with his left hand and hooks her right leg with his left leg. At this point, both partners break, falls backward to escape the last technique, then caught kicks back to standing. Meanwhile, executes a tornado kick. Both partners return to an on-guard position as in the opening, then resume the next sequence. Number 38.
以武会友
Uses martial arts to meet friends. Partners begins with their right wrists crossed. Number 39.
拧背屈指
Curl fingers, twist arm. Sifu Lao begins by grabbing Sifu Wang's Hegyu point on his right hand with her right hand. She twists his arms so his palm faces upwards. Number 40.
怀中抱月
Belly holds the moon. Wang steps forwards with his right foot and grabs Sifu Lao's wrist with his left hand, covering her arm with his arm. He extends her elbow across his body using both hands and his armpit. Number 41.
擒拿臂腕
Chin out, wrist, and arm. Sifu Lao's left hand grabs Wang's Jitsu point on his left arm and squeezes it to free her hand. Number 42.
端肘扭腕
Hold elbow, twist wrist. Wang counterattacks by grabbing Sifu Lao's left hand and removing it from his elbow. He transfers it to his left hand, pressing his thumb into the Hegyu point on her hand. He locks her wrist and uses his free right hand to press her thumb into her Zhangjing point on the shoulder. Number 43.
反身取喉
Turn around, attack the throat. Sifu Lao escapes by rolling her wrists and turning her body. She reverses Wang's technique to grab his left wrist with her left hand. Then she pivots to grab his Tianzhong point on the throat with her right hand. Number 44.
退步反掌
Step back, bend the palm. Wang grabs Sifu Lao's Lao Gong point on the right hand with his right hand, pushing his wrist downward and the fingers backward. When she reacts, he frees his left hand and adds it to the wrist lock, stepping backwards with his left hand to open the distance and create better leverage on the arm. Number 45.
进步推拿
Step in, push, and grab. Using her left hand, Sifu Lao breaks the grip of Wang's left hand. She grabs Wang's thumb with her right hand and steps forward, pushing with her left arm and pulling with her right. Her left leg ends behind Wang's right leg. Number 46.
双手分指，
Both hands, splits the finger. Wang steps backwards with his right leg and frees his right arm. Both hands grab Sifu Lao's right wrist in a very similar movement as in the previous example. By this time, instead of working the wrist, the emphasis is on grabbing and splitting the fingers. Number 47.
进步抓法，
Step back, grab the hair. Sifu Lao steps forward and using her right hand grabs Wang's hair, pressuring his Bai-Hui point on the top of his head. At the same time, she pulls his head downward toward her trapped hand to break his focus. Number 48.
下扣断腕，
Turn over, break the wrist. Wang grabs Sifu Lao's right hand with both of his hands and presses it into his head. He bends backward to lock her wrist. Number 49.
老鹰上架，
Eagle above the frame. Sifu Lao releases her grip on Wang's head and shifts it to his right thumb. She steps over his right arm, straddling his elbow and pulling his hand upward till his palm faces forward. She sits down to break his elbow. Number 50.
双龙抱腿，
Double dragon holds the leg. Wang retaliates by grabbing Sifu Lao's left leg with both hands, trapping her knee and lifting her leg to throw her off balance. Number 51.
扳头断颈，
Move head, break the neck. To keep from falling, Sifu Lao grabs Wang's head. With her left hand at the nape of his neck and her right hand at his chin, Sifu Lao twists Wang's head by pushing with her right hand and pulling with her left. Sifu Lao's leg and pivots away from her grip on his head. He follows the momentum of his escape to execute a left back fist strike at Sifu Lao's left temple. Sifu Lao blocks his strike with her left hand. Turn and strike the ribs. Sifu Lao grabs Wang's left arm and extends it over her shoulder. She pivots to step in with her right leg and strikes Wang with her Jing point on her right elbow. Number 54.
按肩推腮，
Press the shoulder, push the chin. Wang uses his left hand to grab Sifu Lao's shoulder and his right hand to grab her chin. Before she can deliver her elbow strike, he pulls with his left hand and pushes with his right. This twists her head and breaks the energy of her blow. Number 55.
拧肘反掌，
Turn palm, twist the elbow. Sifu Lao grabs Wang's Ning point on his right wrist with her right hand. She steps away and twists, bringing Wang's hand over her head, circling past her waist then above his shoulder so his palm faces upward. Number 56.
缠肘架指
Coiling elbow, bend the finger. Wang steps forward with his left hand, bending his right elbow. He bends both Sifu Lao's wrist and elbow and then grabs her right palm with his left hand, trapping her elbow with his elbow. His grip focuses on her smallest finger. Number 57.
怀中抱月
Belly holds the moon. Sifu Lao dissolves the lock by bringing her right hand downward. She shifts her grip to the back of Wang's hand and grabs her own right wrist with her left hand to lock Wang's wrist. Number 58.
推点迎香
Push Ying acupoint. Wang counters by using two fingers of his right hand to jab at Sifu Wang's face. He aims for the Ying point at the skin fold near the nostrils. Number 59.
仙人幻影
Immortal's magic hidden step. Sifu Lao grabs Wang's right wrist with her right hand. She pivots by stepping back with her right foot, then stepping forward with her left foot. She pushes forward with her left hand and pulls back with her right, locking Wang's arm under her chest. Number 60.
琴腕勾腮
Chin nod the wrist and hook the chin. Wang bends and sinks his elbow to break Sifu Lao's hold. He grabs her left wrist with his left hand and then uses his fingers to hook just beneath her jawbone to attack the Da Ying Jia Xun point. One.
上部夹肘
Step up, embrace with elbow. Sifu Lao frees her left hand and deflects Wang's strike. She wraps her left arm around his to grab his waist while she shifts her stance and locks his elbow with her right elbow. Number 62.
隔身解肘
Place on top, chop the elbow. Wang steps backwards with his right leg and forwards with his left leg to pivot his stance. He grabs Sifu Lao's left wrist with left hand and then, using the leverage of his footwork, traps her right elbow between his two arms. Number 63.
承臂压肘
Sink arm, press the elbow. Before Wang can set his lock on Sifu Lao's elbow, she bends her elbow and sinks her arm against his elbow. She follows with an uppercut, punches to Wang's chin. Number 64.
二郎淡杀
Second son carries sandbags. Wang deflects Sifu Lao's punch with his right hand. He catches it and carries it over his head so her palm faces upwards, locking her elbow over his shoulder. Number 65.
推点腮帮
Push the chin area. Sifu Lao freezes her right hand while pushing Wang's chin with her left hand. She grabs the side of his face with her right hand and pulls it in coordination with the push from her left to twist Wang's head. Number 66.
上部扣肘
Step up, turn the elbow. Wang uses his left hand to deflect Sifu Lao's left hand upward and to the side. He steps around her, securing a grip on her left wrist with both hands and turns her palm to face upward. Using his right elbow, he presses down on Sifu Lao's Jitsu point on her left elbow to lock it. Number 67.
双龙取珠
Two dragons grab with pearls. Sifu Lao bends her elbow and grabs Wang's left wrist. She steps around Wang to free herself from the lock and then retaliates with a double finger poke to the eyes. Number 68.
猛虎下山
A ferocious tiger comes down the mountain. Wang blocks Sifu Lao's right finger poke with his left hand. He steps forward with his left leg and blocks her leg. Then he grabs her left leg with both hands and lifts her legs to upset her balance. Number 69.
撑腿扭头
Support leg, twist the head. Sifu Lao kicks her right leg out to escape Wang's hold. At the same time, she grabs Wang's head with both hands to keep from falling. She pulls with her right hand and pushes with her left hand to twist his head. Number 70.
抱紧封喉
Hold the neck, block the throat. Wang grabs Sifu Lao's right hand with his right hand and pulls it to lock it over his shoulder. Sifu Lao bends her elbow and catches his throat with her forearm. She uses her left arm to lock Wang's neck from behind. She pulls his neck backward. Number 71.
狮子摆头
Lion waves the head. Wang grabs Sifu Lao's hand with his left hand and pulls it down. He pivots and locks her right arm with his right elbow. Number 72.
弯腰扛背
Bend waist, shoulder the load. Sifu Lao pivots and grabs Wang's elbow and her left arm. She steps so that they are back to back. Then, keeping both of his right elbow with her left, grabs his hair with her right hand and pulls. Wang uses his left hand to remove Sifu Lao's right hand from his hair. Sifu Lao grabs his left elbow with her right elbow, and then holding both elbows, she bends forward to flip Wang over her back.
"倒背前摔
This is demonstrated by student Matt throwing Carlos over his back. At this time, both partners break.